The following is a presentation of Region 11 Spring Sports on 107.7 FM and CacheValleyDaily.com. This broadcast of Region 11 Sports is brought to you by Cache Valley Daily and the Cache Valley Media Group, covering the Skyview Bobcats, Green Canyon Wolves, Logan Grizzlies, Bear River Bears, Ridgeline River Hawks, and Mountain Crest Mustangs. Now, it's time for Region 11 Sports on 107.7 FM and CacheValleyDaily.com.
Welcome back to Region 11 Spring Sports, brought to you by Cache Valley Daily. We're live on 100.9 Light FM from North Logan, Utah at Green Canyon High School as the Wolves host the Westfield Longhorns. It's a battle of the top two teams in Region 11 here on this wonderful Wednesday evening. Stockton Jukes and Preston Rice here with you in the Green Canyon press box. And Preston, been a little bit since we've been up here for a lacrosse game, but it should be a really good one tonight.
I'm looking forward to it. The Longhorns have been showing nothing but great opportunities to be able to play lacrosse, and same with Green Canyon, so let's see how this game goes.
Taking a look out there as we get introduced to our starting lineups, we'll take a look at our uniform check, brought to you by the Logo Shop. They really can put your logo on just about anything. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations, they all trust the Logo Shop. Green Canyon's going to be in the white tops with the black shorts, and it looks like the green and chrome helmets. Westfield, the visitors, in the all blacks head to toe with the burnt orange numbers and letters. Little overcast night here tonight. Still pretty warm. It's been warm all day. Think that might, change as we get later into the evening, and then we're expecting some storms this weekend that might roll in. It is pretty windy out there tonight. Pretty hard wind moving. It looks like west to east right now. Time for your opening face-off here, brought to you by Castelite. Whether you're looking for brick for your home, tile for a bathroom remodel, or pavers for a new walkway, think Castelite, online at CASTALITE.com. And we are underway. Hayden Hansen frees that ball up, but it's won by Green Canyon. Bryson Pabst gets to it. And Pabst will enter the box on that far side. Left to right, Green Canyon attacking across your radio dial in this first quarter. Baxter Martin's going to flip that one off to tag Checketts. Checketts now will back out as Green Canyon gets another attacker on. Checketts circling to the near side. 30 seconds down here in North Logan. Wolves taking their time getting inside any sort of real attacking zone. Back to Bryson Pabst up top. Pabst taking a couple stick taps there, goes to his left for Chase Rowley. Now Rowley's going to cut down through the hash marks, gets shoved a little bit, still has the ball, gets a pass out. It gets around the stick of Tag Checketts, but he'll be able to chase it down well before midfield. A minute down now here at North Logan. Green Canyon still on the attack. Left side, Bryson Pabst. Pabst will back out. Now he'll get going. Makes a couple moves, spins to his left, down the hash marks, through two, gets past the third, shot over the crossbar. That's going to go out laterally, but it will be a shot on goal, so Green Canyon keeps this one in the near corner of the end zone to our right. 90 seconds down here in North Logan. Green Canyon still on attack. Pass to the top of the box. Rowley backs out. He'll go again now down the near side. Looking for a pass behind. Nothing there. Up top, Checketts. Circling to the right. Takes a shove. Keeps the ball. His pass deflected down. I think that's going to be last touch Westfield. No, it's kept in by the long stick. Fought out of the pocket for a moment, but this is retained by Carson Beagley. Launches it across midfield, and Pabst will pick up a loose ball.
That just shows awesome defense right there, keeping your stick up, being able to intercept those passes, even if you think it's not going to go, it's right there every time.
Pabst under heavy pressure as he enters the box, trying to float that to the near side, in and out of the stick. But Max Brunson will keep it for Green Canyon. Now back to Checketts up top. Looks like Pabst is going to check out. He'll be replaced by Rowley. And this ball rolled to Rowley from Trev Stowers. Rally in now. About a minute, 2 minutes and 30 seconds gone here in North Logan. Rally turns, fires on net. That's blocked down by the body of a Longhorn and scooped up by the long stick of Cash Colahan. Colahan now all the way across. That's going to be a little too long for his fellow midi, in a turnover in front of midfield for Green Canyon. They've got all the pressure down on the right side of the field in these first 3 minutes.
Exactly, and I was just about to say that the pressure that Green Canyon's been giving the Longhorns right now has been fantastic, even with the ability to get the ball back, even when they lost it like that. Good on Green Canyon.
Checketts will walk this one in for Green Canyon. 9 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Sprinting now through the middle of the zone around the near side hash marks. Awkward angle shot goes off the body of Colahan as he had his arms up in the air off that shot, followed out by Green Canyon. Stowers brings it in.
I love that by defense. Number 21 right there, just throwing his body in front of that ball like that. Beautiful, beautiful.
Excuse me, it's Brunson. Now a bounce shot from Brunson goes up and over the crossbar. It's Carter Thornock in net there, having to make his first real attempt at a save for Westfield, the junior. Not allowing a whole lot of opportunities for Westfield's opponents in the last couple weeks. Now crashing the net, taking a big shove from behind, and that is going to be a crease violation on Green Canyon. Got too close to that far post.
Well, what's great on the Longhorns is a goalie like that stepping out and putting up a body on there. Threw him off a little bit as well, so good on him.
Now having to do a little bit of running. Thornock gets away from any pressure with no problems. Ball bouncing around, though. Flag down, and Westfield is going to be assessed a penalty. I didn't quite see what it was. It must have been an off-ball push there.
I'm not
Something
sure.
of the sort. But
well, the goalie's going in.
Yeah, I'm very confused about that. I've never seen that before. Carter Thornock just got sent to the penalty box.
Somebody should be in the box for the goalie because you can't just take the goalie out like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm a little bit confused about. 8:10 left on the first quarter. All I saw for the signal was a T. Didn't hear what the assessment was there.
Well, now it doesn't look like anybody's in the box, so I'm very confused myself.
The flag down on the far side of the field. The play was whistled dead when Westfield picked up the ball. But yeah, no one's in the penalty area.
Yeah, I was about to say, if the goalie ever in any majority of the sports has a penalty on them, he's never the one that goes out. It's somebody that takes his place but still a man down. So that was weird.
Well, no real conclusion to that. We're back underway, still even strength. Quick shot and a nice save. Thornock in the crease there. Still no one in the penalty area, so I think that flag must have just been picked up. Then a long pass for Westfield runs out of space. It'll be a turnover for Green Canyon behind their own net.
Yeah, the Longhorns are not doing as well in this beginning half, but the last time we watched them was the same outcome, and that outcome went in their favor. So let's see if they're able to bring it back up a little bit.
Obviously, you have to keep an eye on Gage Wright, Richard Sparrow, and Tatum Call for this attack for Westfield.
Oh, yes, they're a deadly duo, or trio, I should say.
And Wright's going to apply pressure heavily on that far side as Green Canyon tries to run it across midfield.
Yeah.
Schramm draws the flag there against Westfield. It's going to be Gage Wright going to the box, and then that ball's knocked out just in front of midfield.
Sure, it's going to be a hold. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a hold on that one. And
yes, it is. Hold assessed to number 10, Gage Wright.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing in hockey. Once the blade turns a little bit, it's called a hooking. Once the arm goes around with the stick, it's a hold. So, yeah, it was definitely even clear from up here that was one.
I like to think about it like a gate. If you drop that stick down in front of them like it's a gate and there's any resistance there,
yes,
that's going to be a hold.
Every time.
Quick shot from the far side. Green Canyon with the man advantage. Not wasting any time. They do follow this out.
I'm sure that was Green Canyon's ball. I feel like the goalie beat him on that one.
Well, they do give it to Checketts. He'll bring it in from the near side. Goes up to the top of the formation. Brunson now into the middle for Merrill to his left. Still moving left. Hayden Reeder looking for options. Another shot goes wide. This time it's clearly going to be Green Canyon ball.
That one was definitely. The last one, it just seemed like the goalie was able to be just a few steps in front of him, but I'm not the ref.
Just a couple seconds left on this gauge right penalty. Green Canyon still trying to make a move here. Quick shot pulled wide on the near side, and Gage Wright has been released after his 30 seconds. Still Wolves ball. Down to our right. Nothing with 6:45 remaining in the first quarter. Quick wraparound. Now switch to the left side. That shot goes high. Followed out by Merrill. Merrill brings it in through the back of the end zone. Cuts immediately towards that far post. Now trying to wrap around.
Good defense.
Yeah, pass to the right is deflected by Westfield and scooped up by number 40, Tyson Clark. Clark
Great
launches
pass
to midfield. That is taken in cleanly by Hayden Hansen. Now Hansen running into the box. Looks to his right, takes the shot instead and scores. Westfield on the board from Hayden Hansen. 6 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the first.
Was that the first shot that they've had on goal?
Yes.
Wow, 1 for 1. What a great start for the Longhorns.
So it's 1-0 Westfield after Hayden Hansen wins it, going basically 50 to the crease.
Yeah, no, he really had the Green Canyon on their heels right there. It didn't seem like a lot of people slide on him, and he definitely was able to just go from 50 to...
Clean face-off win for Baxter Martin. Tried to pass that down to the corner, and Merrill was not ready for it. They tried to play it off as a shot, and it definitely wasn't.
No.
Just over 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter, about halfway through our first quarter of action. Green Canyon, despite having a good chunk of the possession early in this game, is trailing 1-0 after a quick goal from Hayden Hansen in transition. Now here comes Westfield. They'll set up the offense on that far side.
Now this is the one thing you don't want to do with Westfield. They definitely, if they have more time with the ball, the chances are the ball's going in. So Green Canyon's got to get that ball back.
Now they do start applying the pressure right in front of the crease, forcing a wide shot. Rebound falls directly to Taden Call. But then we've got a crease violation as Call stepped inside that circle trying to get to the rebound. 5.5 to play here in the first quarter. Green Canyon trying to move quickly through midfield. Here goes Pabst. He's got a lot of space in front of him. No whistle. Shot from Pabst over the crossbar. It'll stay with Green Canyon. They got away with that one.
Yes, they did.
5:22 remaining in the first. Brunson passing to Merrill from the far side. Merrill trying to wrap around. Back to Brunson as he comes to the near side. Now up top, Carson Thompson. He's going to ground that one for the oncoming Liam Wood. Wood looking left. Now back to his right for Thompson. Thompson cuts top of the box, lays it off for Todd. Liam Todd crashing in, has that hacked from behind. That's a great stick check as he was trying to get the shot off.
Yeah, great see by the defender right there, being able to see that ball being drawn back like that. Quick snatch to the stick. Beautiful.
Across midfield, here comes Westfield again.
Made it.
Yeah, barely avoided that offsides like you said. And now spinning towards the net again. Great stick save, Green Canyon. It's Jensen Stores, the sophomore, in goal for the Wolves today.
That would have been a really hard shot to stop right there, considering he was right in front of him. Nobody there, expecting somebody to be there, and just threw the ball away.
So it will be Green Canyon ball on the near side.
Green Canyon should see what that was for what it was. They know that that's going to be a play that they do on majority of those plays. So maybe they should see that for what it was.
Schramm, great running, runs over a man. That ball comes free, but Hayden Schramm is all about looking for contact in this game, and they're going to have to take a second look at Porter Lawrence as he comes off the field. He got bodied.
That was a crack right there.
Keep an eye on that for your Castellite rock-hard hit of the game later on. Now, great pass right into the crease.
Nice.
And Stores knocks it down with the stick with a little help from his defense, picked up by the defense and dropped into the stick of Stores. Great play by Green Canyon's long sticks.
A lot of these shots are right in front, and they are
long
just
pass
stuffing
bouncing towards the sideline, kept in by Green Canyon, and then poked out by Westfield. Wow, what an error on the far side, and a rare one from Tyson Clark.
Yeah, definitely.
Wolves right through Broadway, given plenty of space. They drop it down to the near post. Jump shot off a body all the way out to the 30-yard line.
The Longhorns defense is definitely wanting to throw that body in front of the ball every time. Good on them.
Hayden Hansen again. Excellent stick work from behind. That was Ben Wallace freeing up that ball.
Oof.
And now Liam Todd is
that should have been a
bowled
tripping.
over from behind. Yeah, he was tripped up, and no flag, no whistle. Now the whistle comes in and a timeout called by the Longhorns with 3 minutes, 3 seconds to play in the first quarter. Still 1-0 Westfield, your only goal so far from Hayden Hansen in transition. Green Canyon, they've had some opportunities. They've not gotten a real meaningful shot on goal yet.
No, not.
It seems a hesitancy to score. They're making just too many passes.
Yeah, a lot of these passes I think are getting a little bit jumbled up. I mean, both teams in all reality came out pretty flat on each side. It wasn't like it was extravagant on either way besides the one goal from the Longhorns. Green Canyon is taking their time passing the ball around. The Longhorns are allowing it to happen, and I think we saw the last time the Longhorns playing kind of soft in the beginning and then coming out pretty quickly in the second quarter. So this might be what their strategy is. I'm not sure, Stockton. We'll see what happens.
Region 11 Spring Sports on 100.9 Light FM and CashValleyDaily.com is brought to you by DD Auto and Salvage, Cache Valley's #1 place to get the most money for junk vehicles and scrap metal. If you're streaming along with us on YouTube or CashValleyDaily.com, your video experience is powered by Adams Wealth Advisors. You can expect specific guidance from advisors who adhere to principles of honesty, professionalism, and integrity. Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com. They take 2 seconds off the clock, make it 3:01 remaining in the quarter. Westfield has this just outside the box on the near side, about 25 yards from goal. Pass this along the top of the box, and they've established possession. Now to the far side. Back behind net, looking for a pass. Lincoln Miller circling. Miller back to the far side. No passing lanes available. And a whistle now.
I guess another crease violation in the backfield.
Yeah, they call Gage Miller on that one on the near side away from the ball. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Paps turns on the Jets, gets around, takes a whack, takes a second, keeps the ball into the box. Now he can slow down and drop this off to Liam Todd. Todd spinning down that far side, waiting for a couple substitutions. Carson Thompson coming back on the field. Now Todd gets around the corner, survives a heavy stick check, back to Thompson. Thompson again near side, just inside the box, looking for an avenue. Wanted a screen there, gets around the left side, down the middle. His shot is knocked out of the cradle as he was winding up. Less than 2 to go now in the first quarter. Long run from Westfield there across midfield. It's Kelton Wright with the ball. The defenseman fakes the pass. Right on goal, and he scores. Coast to coast, Kelton Wright.
Again, every long defender's dream, getting a goal like that. And the fact that it wasn't even on a fast break, it was a fast break to just a pass and then right in there. Good on him.
Minute 45 remaining now in the first quarter. Back to the face-off dot. Green Canyon trailing 2-0. We've got an encroachment there on Westfield. Free face-off win for Ben Wallace, or excuse me, Baxter Martin. Now Martin gets whacked in the head. Ball comes free. Still getting whacked. Scoops it up at the 50. Martin brings it in. Green Canyon on a delayed penalty, and then Baxter Martin runs a guy over. We've got an injured player behind the play, though. It's the Longhorn who whacked him in the head.
Yeah.
Goes down behind the play.
A lot of these times, some of those hits to the head is very incidental. Some people see it as it being on purpose, but that didn't seem too much. The retaliation, which I wouldn't say retaliation, was a hit back clean. So
Lawrence is up and off the field under his own power. Seems to be all right. The trainers are not even going to give him a second look there, so he must have been It's a bit of a hyperextension or something.
Yeah.
Maybe a cramp, too.
Yeah.
It's that time of year where it's getting warmer and you're not quite used to what hydration level you need again.
Especially at this altitude as well. Sometimes you don't realize that you need more water during the high altitude areas and stuff, so definitely.
Minute 24 remaining. This is going to be, I think, a 60-second advantage for incidental head contact. Minute 24 remaining, so this will go all the way down to about 24 seconds in the quarter unless Green Canyon scores before then. Left side, now they go down low. Reeder circles back up top. Great pass to the other side. And a falling save by Thornock. That's incredible.
He has such a unique way of securing that cage in front of him. And that little drop thing that he does it through all of practice when I watch him, and he still does it. And it just works. Why fix something that's not broken, Stockton?
Couple substitutions now for Westfield as they establish possession. Still down a man for at least another 20 seconds. Down to the goal line, and Green Canyon confusingly not pressing the ball here.
No, definitely not. More than, or I would say they should.
Pass right in towards the crease, deflected up and out, and then a follow-up shot on the deflection. That's a short-handed goal for Grady Call.
Yeah, no, the Longhorns, if you allow a man open close to that crease, it's going to go in. So Longhorns definitely are putting it to him right now, even with the short-handed like that.
Squandered opportunity there for the Wolves. 32.7 seconds remaining here in quarter number one, and they trail 3-0. Still in the box for the next about 8 seconds is going to be number 19, for Westfield, that's Hudson Call.
Clean win.
Hayden Hansen again into the box, goes to his left. That shot blocked off the body of a Green Canyon defender. It was Jamison Storrs, the older brother of the goalie. Talk about sibling love there.
Right? Taking it right in front of him.
Green Canyon still trying to get through some traffic. Lots of bodies flying around in front of the Westfield bench. That ball to the 50, scooped over. Everyone follows it. Everyone stays on side for now. Midfielders come to swing at him at the 50, and we run out of time in the first quarter. Bryson Paps coming over to show some love there to Kenny Olson as they got a little tangled up, but just wanted to clear the air. Good for him. I love seeing that from Bryson. He's a good kid.
I mean, he's also really good at dodging, so he was probably giving him props on top of that too, because that was very, very good right there.
3-0 Green Canyon trails Westfield here after one quarter. Despite having most of the possession early on, we'll see what kind of adjustments the Wolves can make after our first 12. Preston, if you're down there in the huddle for Green Canyon, what are you saying?
In all reality, it doesn't seem like they're not doing anything poorly on their end. They're just not executing the shots on goal as much as they want to. So I would say more shots on goal, being able to get a man inside the crease and in the adjacent area and being able to shoot on their goalie, because they're not showing much and they're shooting from a long distance. Let's see them close it in a little bit more on the Longhorns this second quarter.
This is Region 11 Spring Sports on 100.9 Light FM, brought to you by Cache Valley Daily. We'll be right back.
No rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC, online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Locker 42. This is the store for Aggie fans. All your favorite apparel with an Aggie logo. Stay warm and fashionable in a cocoon blanket or a coat. Pick out a warm Aggie beanie. Choose a hat from Locker 42's wall of hats. This is the store where Aggie fans shop. Locker 42, downtown Logan.
Welcome back into North Logan, Utah. Time for the second quarter here between the Wolves and the Longhorns. Stockton Jukes, Preston Rice with you on 100.9 Light FM and CacheValleyDaily.com as the Wolves fighting for another faceoff. That ball is still free. Still scrapping for it is Westfield, and that ball finally pops out. That's going to go to Trey Bridge. Bridge carries it across midfield. And the Longhorns establish possession left to right. Westfield going towards the south end of the field here in the second quarter. Green Canyon going right to left across your radio dial. And I think we've got a flag now that followed Baxter Martin to the near sideline. There's a flag laying in the substitution area.
Yeah, maybe it was an illegal substitution. I'm not sure. But it's on green.
11 minutes, 15 seconds left as delayed penalty is going to be assessed to Green Canyon on the next dead ball. Great pass and a better kick save there from Storrs. It was Gage Wright who found Tayden Call unattended. Or excuse me, I think that was Richard Sparrow, and then a kick save off the shin of Storrs. 58 seconds have been played, and now we'll assess the penalty. Yeah, Martin's going to get assessed for interference there, and you can hear the frustration from the crowd here. He was not given space to get off the field.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you would think that is exactly what it is, but sometimes it's up to the referee's discretion as well. Not saying that's right, but you can't really say much at that point.
Just a little bit over a minute down here. Now, hidden ball trick pops out of the cradle, hiding from everyone there.
That was a great one, too. Got me.
Lincoln Miller back to the top. Shot fake back to Miller. Now down low for Gage Wright. Entry pass. Defense falls down. Behind the back attempt is killed by the Elder Storrs and recovered. Now he's tripped up, and that flag is going to negate any penalty for the Longhorns. I was about to be very upset if that shot was taken after the whistle.
I was definitely
and there were going to be
thing.
fists thrown if that happened. It's hockey rules.
Yeah, no, I definitely was anticipating that too.
It looked like he was going to. No shot does come in, though, so we're each down a man for the next 30 seconds.
Yes. Well,
Baxter Martin should be out of the box in probably about 15.
Yeah. No, I mean, the thing with the Longhorns is if they're passing, I just can't get enough of their passing. Their passing is insane. The way that they're threading the ball in, the way that they're making everybody stare at the man with the ball and not the men that they're on. You get a lot of those in front of the crease, and it shows on the scoreboard right now.
Paps brings it up for Green Canyon, steps into the box. They have possession. Now he'll start taking some bodying from Hayden Hansen. Drops the shoulder, runs into him. Paps trying to find a shot. Flips it off instead.
That was just great defense right there. Those wrap checks are what a lot of people don't like. They look dirty, but in
Stowers
reality,
gets around the corner. Here he comes towards the crease. Throwing a pass towards that far post. It's knocked down, and Thornick scoops it up off the turf. Now Thornick's going to run on his own up to midfield. Dangerous pass.
Yep.
Scooped up. Long shot.
Wow.
Caught on the run by Thornock.
Woof.
Thornock again running out of the crease. Passing around to midfield. And a great pass across midfield. Finds Grady Call on the run. Westfield into the attacking zone. Now 9.5 to go in the second quarter. Still 3-0.
Yeah, the goalie were taking some shots from number 1 on Green Canyon. He was whacking him like crazy. But if you're out of the crease, you're free game.
Miller. Pabst keeps him away from Broadway. Now Gage Wright from the near side. Pass right into the crease. Westfield's so good at pulling the defense away from the man in the crease.
They're just so fast with the ball passing. It sometimes does memorize you a little bit, so.
Scooped up now by the Wolves. They'll get it to Storrs, and he'll launch this from the crease to midfield. Does not connect on the pass, but it rolls forward, and Max Brunson has an opportunity to get there. Still on the turf. Brunson scoops it, has it knocked out of the cradle. Uses the body to get in front of it, but it's taken away by Cash Colahan.
Wow.
That was a full double-handed overhead swing there that just barely missed. Ball free in the Westfield attacking zone. Kicked around now off a couple different feet. Sawyer Rainey chasing it to the far side of the field. Can't quite scoop it. Longhorns have it. Pass across near side, Cooper Horspool. Entry pass. Johnny Metz switches to the left side and has it knocked out with a good stick check.
Good defense right there.
Hayden Schramm comes away with it. 8 minutes and about 6 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Schramm has it knocked out of the cradle as he gets across the 50. Almost had it scooped back up, but it's whacked away. Excellent pressure at midfield from Logan McClure.
Yeah, definitely.
Another pass to a long stick, looking for the shot, bouncing directly into the cradle of Stores. That came off of Hudson Call's stick. 6'2" sophomore long stick defenseman. Now here's Herzog trying to make the pass to midfield, put his hands on his head as soon as he threw it, wasn't happy about it, but Green Canyon still has it. Falls out of the stick of Merrill. Green Canyon still pressing. Westfield will drop that back to the crease. Pass is knocked down. Now sent back up towards midfield, taken in by Kelton Wright to the far side. And Grady Call will sit and wait for reinforcements. 7 minutes to play in the second quarter, still 3-0 Westfield. Lincoln Miller runs down the near side hash marks.
Nice check.
Pops out of the cradle, and he gets it back in the cradle in the air. Drops this off for Wright. Pass across the back of the goal. Still on the ground. Westfield fighting for it. Heavy body coming from Austin Grossbeck. Or excuse me, that was Ben Wallace. Now up top, Metz again. Looking for that right angle and does not get it. Pops out of the cradle now, having some issues with possession, and Green Canyon scoops it up. Sent to midfield. Stays shy of the 50, scooped up by Hayden Reeder. Reeder around the right side. About halfway through the second quarter now, passing it across the crease, finds Merrill in and out of the pocket, and they can't get a shot off. Still loose. Scooped up by Colohan. Now taken out of the defensive zone by Tyson Clark. Across midfield finds Hansen. Hansen further along. Now right on the doorstep, Richard Sparrow couldn't corral that pass. That would have been a fourth goal for Westfield if he catches that. And now we've got a cross-check coming on Green Canyon. That was mostly stick on that hit. Gage Wright crashing the crease, trying to deny that delayed penalty, and Stores makes the save with a little extra oomph. This is going to go against Grady Herzog.
Yeah, no, that was definitely not intentional, but it definitely looked bad from up here. So
a lot of stick on that hit, like we were saying.
Yes, definitely. Well, I was just about to say, I mean, I'm just at a loss of words and speechless how great the Longhorns are with this passing. The ball is like a magnet in their net. They just don't seem to drop passes. And then on the ball recovery, every time the ball's on the ground, Longhorns are always the first ones to pick it up. Green Canyon definitely needs to be able to just call the simple man ball drill that a lot of teams play that's just so crucial.
Yeah, you talk about that drill every time we call a lacrosse game, and Westfield executes it best out of everyone at Region 11.
Beautifully.
To the near side for Sparrow, further down for Wright, gets it right back. Now at the point, moving to the right side, back to the point for Miller, rips one wide. That'll be followed out by Stores.
Wow, they got the ball back. Good on Green Canyon. Way to not fumble on that ball. Way to keep with it.
Looks like Herzog's going to be released from the penalty area in just a moment, but Green Canyon has called their first timeout of the half. 5:08 remaining in quarter number 2. Seems like some of their early possession success has gone away, Preston. What do they do to get that back and find a way to get on the score sheet?
They need to be able to hold possession when they go down the field on attack. They need to be able to throw the ball around and slow it down a little bit. The Longhorns are just, like I said, they're the passing, the defense, the ability to get the ball out of the pocket of the opponent's team and picking it up right off the bat is just phenomenal. Green Canyon has a hard time right now, and it's showing. They just need to realize that they're still in the game. It's only 3-0, and they could push in as hard as they can if they're able to just get possession, man ball drill, score the points.
5:08 remaining in the second quarter here in North Logan. It's 3-0 Westfield. Region 11 Spring Sports on 100.9 Light FM and Cache Valley Daily is brought to you by Preston Watts Collision and Glass. Trained technicians, latest equipment, and over 5 decades of experience to guarantee a perfect auto body repair. Also brought to you by Les Olson IT. What can a business technology partner do for you? All the office products you need and a great service team. Learn more at lesolson.com. Whistles now to break up our huddles. Green Canyon's going to have this one with Stores behind their own net. It looks like Pabst is going to carry it in because that timeout was called while the ball was still out of play.
Yeah, but Green Canyon had possession, so they've just called the – after that great ability by the goalie to run that ball down after a shot and get possession back, they're going to have to do a lot. You know the Longhorns are going to put a lot of possession or pressure on you with that ball, and hopefully they can get it from one end to the other.
Pabst is going to try and take it himself, comes to the near side, hits the brakes, and that ball pops out of the pocket. Kicked across midfield, though, and a really good break for Hayden Reeder, trying to lift that up and over the defense of Westfield. It's just not great possession for Green Canyon through this second quarter. Now here goes Gage Wright, trying to turn Bryson Pabst around. Pabst gets back to a body on him and forces a shot wide.
I mean, good on Pabst on that one, but at the same time, that was really great offense by the Longhorns right there.
Up top, Horspool looking for options. Thinks about ripping one, and he does. It goes off the body, I think, of Baxter Martin. Kept by the Longhorns by Gage Wright. 4:24 remaining in the second quarter, and it looks like Hayden Schramm's going to come on for some help defense. Up top again for Horspool. 4 minutes 15 to go in the first half of action. Horspool dropping back, trying to get away from Schramm. Schramm, couple good hits to him. Now dropped back behind for Wright, further to the right side for Sparrow. Moving it around. Kenny Olson gets between the hash marks and rips one well wide.
Man, that was a ripper, though. That one I didn't even see.
Under 4 to play, Gage Wright brings it back in. Near side of the field, he flips this across the end zone to the far side for Sparrow. Now outside the box. Trotting back in, looking for a shot. Fakes one, fakes a second. Gets closer, and a great body save by Stores. And then we've got a whistle against Green Canyon for a loose ball push, I suppose, against Horspool.
Lucky break for the Longhorns keeping that possession because it definitely looked like Green Canyon had it.
Across the box again, far side. Held by Call. Grady Call cuts to his right. Looking for the jump shot. Nothing doing. Now over to Tayden Call. Back behind again for Wright. Still circling. Sparrow. Far side. Sparrow. Up top again, Kenny Olson. Kenny Olson moves to the right, gets the shot off, and it just trickles in past Stores. Looked like he had the save made, and it gets past him. 4-0 Westfield with 3:08 to play in the first half.
Yeah, I wasn't sure on that shot. It almost looked like he stopped it, but then it like trickled in. I wasn't very. It wasn't. I didn't see it.
8 minutes, 52 seconds into the second quarter. That's number 13, Kenny Olson for Westfield, their fourth different goal scorer of the evening to make it 4-0 Westfield.
Well, that's the one thing about Green Canyon. I've seen teams play against the Longhorns down worse than this, so I think Green Canyon still is in this.
Another face-off win there for Baxter Martin. Brings it straight into the box. Martin looking for the shot, gets right to the doorstep, and then a great stick check frees that ball up at the last second. Big hit from behind there. Ben Wallace was trying to get to the ball, and the man he hit was playing the ball, but they called out a loose ball foul.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
There was a lot of things that could have happened. I think the Longhorns definitely slashed at one point. It's a lot of back and forth. I'm not sure exactly. Those little scrums like that, it's hard to see where the ball's going to be. And
well, everyone's staying down on the Green Canyon offensive side of the field, so I think this is going to come back to the point for Green Canyon. But then my question becomes, why did you whistle that play dead?
Yeah, again, when there's a scrum like that in the middle of the field,
or at least Green Canyon keeps it.
Yeah, so.
Under 3 to go, 2:48 remaining in the second quarter. To the right,
Great
that pass
defense.
Deflected, and again, the hand-eye for Westfield's defense has been on point tonight. Plenty of sticks in lanes, both shooting and passing. Pass bounces away.
Wow.
Really good recovery. And then a timeout called by Westfield to get away from the pressure. Excellent work from Kelton Wright to get the stick down and just roll that away from Reeder.
Whoever number 4 is on the West, on the Longhorns, got smacked right in the arm, and it looked like he had a dead arm for a second. So, but that was insane. That I'm not sure if he knew he was behind him, but if he was, great awareness by the Longhorns right there on that recovery.
So 2:31 remaining in the second quarter. Westfield's second timeout of the half here. They lead at 4-0, looking to add to that total before we go to halftime. Green Canyon so far being held scoreless at home, and it still feels like they've had most of the possession, Preston.
Yeah, I mean, but again, when it comes to the Longhorns, when they go on attack, they're moving the ball so fast that it seems like they're not on possession very well, but at the same time, the ball is going in. So Longhorns are doing fantastic. Green Canyon's doing great. They're still in this game. I mean, a 4-goal lead is not that bad. I think what's going to help them is if they get a goal before the half is coming in, so at least they have some sort of momentum to be able to come back into this game on the second half.
Yeah, it's kind of where my mind's at right now. Is that, 4-goal lead doesn't seem monumental, but when it's 4-0, it seems huge. If you can just get one on the board and remind yourself that you can score goals, that's going to help a ton.
100%. And the way that Green Canyon's playing, I don't see them not getting a goal sooner than later.
Region 11 Spring Sports on Cache Valley Daily and 100.9 Light FM is brought to you by Advanced Heating and Air. It's starting to warm up out there. And if you need your AC checked out, you can schedule your service call on their website, advancedheating-ac.com. Ball back in, pass back to midfield, intercepted by Green Canyon. Now across the 50 to Reeder. Reeder gets into the box for Green Canyon. Swims past one hit, trying to spin past the other. Heavy stick checks coming in from behind. He keeps the ball, now moves to his right. Dropped back to Bryson Pabst. Now into the middle. Checket's forced away. Big shot, just misses wide on the far side. Brunson follows it out, and he'll keep this one for Green Canyon. Minute 58 remaining in the first half.
They already started the clock. What?
Yeah, that was very confusing. You got to be better about your clock at your home field.
Yeah. Behind.
Good call from the bench there. He gets that ball into Merrill. Merrill under heavy pressure at the near post. Has to pass it away. Now Pabst up top for Checketts. A minute 35 remaining in the first half. That high pass in and out of the stick, and Green Canyon trying to avoid the turnover here with Stowers. He's bodied off it. It's kicked away, and Westfield's going to come away with this one. Unfortunate break there for the Green Canyon Wolves, carried across midfield by Carson Beagley. Knocked away for a second, but Beagley gets to that second ball. Still on the turf. No, Pabst dives at it, stabs it across the 50. Brunson has it, and then it's taken off of his stick immediately.
His uniqueness to this game is so fun to watch, considering if this is his first year. He just does what he thinks is natural, and that's just fun to watch.
I don't know if it's Bryson's first year playing lacrosse. I think it is his first year playing varsity for Green Canyon. Now, great pass into the middle. Oof. All alone on the doorstep. Wow. That's an easy top shelf goal, and the second of the night for Kenny Olson. Green Canyon's defense getting pulled out of that crease too easily tonight.
Yeah, no, that dodge right there, that split dodge was insane. He was well aware of where that defender was at, and he just pulled him in and suckered him into that, so good on him.
Back-to-back goals from Kenny Olson has us at 5-0 Westfield, just 50 seconds shy of halftime, and that's the second time this game that they've scored in the final 60 seconds of a quarter. Whistles immediately on the face-off, and Baxter Martin's going to have another free win. This is despite Green Canyon trailing 5-0, this is the first time we've seen a team take advantage of Westfield on the face-off dot. It's usually the other way around, and very heavily so. Martin gets through a bunch of different contact, gets the shot off, and he had the goalie beat. Just could not get it past Thornock, couldn't get it past the post, misses just barely wide. 30 seconds left in this half, and another turnover by Green Canyon. Gage Wright. 20 seconds left as Wright goes right down Broadway, gets past three Wolves, bounce shot, score at 6-0 Westfield.
That was... Yeah, they're definitely putting the hurt on King Canyon right now and putting the defense on their heels really hard. They're having a rough time being able to just settle that ball down, even for them on defense, which there is a ability to do that. And they're running it up the middle every single time.
Longhorns, I think going to run away with the Region 11 title without any sort of difficulty. Green Canyon's probably the team that's going to give them the hardest fight, aside from maybe Skyview and Mountain Crest in Hiram.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have such a better attack than every school we've seen in Region 11 this year.
Yeah, I mean, even their defense from
nice pass across for Brunson. Maybe has the shot, but he ducks under the pressure and gets bowled over. Flag does come out as he is held down to the turf, and Green Canyon will have a man advantage for the last 2.5 seconds of the half.
I'd like to see what that call is. I mean, I know it's going to be a loose ball push, but what's the flag in regards to it?
Looks like it's Hayden Hansen making the walk back over here, but he's going towards the bench. He's not going to the penalty area.
I'm not sure what the call is right now.
Well, they're going to run the clock off for the rest of the half for whatever reason. Or is it a timeout called?
So it's going to be a hold. And I think that's the best call. I mean, yes, he did fall down, but, I mean, this is a physical game. People are going to fall. People are going to trip.
You just can't stay on top of them and hold them down there.
Yeah, no, I get that too.
So it was a timeout called. They're not running the clock off. There's 2 seconds left in the second quarter. A timeout was called by Green Canyon to try and get some sort of magic play here at the end of the half.
It's going to be from a long distance, that ball, but I'm sure they're just going to try to quick shot it right into it as soon as the whistle's blown. So, but they have to give a distance, so Longhorns are definitely going to be at a disadvantage, and Green Canyon is not. So
just got to put it on target at that point.
100%.
Region 11 Lacrosse is brought to you on Cache Valley Daily by Adams Wealth Advisors, the power of your video experience. You can expect specific guidance from advisors who adhere to principles of honesty, professionalism, and integrity. Visit adamswealthadvisors.com. A big thank you to them for providing video coverage of all our Region 11 sports throughout the year. Another big thank you to the Green Canyon Booster Club. They support sports throughout the year, and they would like to say thank you to all the local businesses and individuals who support Green Canyon sports and its students, as Green Canyon just going to walk the clock off, and we're heading to halftime. Preston 6-0 Westfield after 24 minutes of play. Seems like just about every other Westfield game we've watched this year.
Every single time. It's difficult to even say if there's anything that Westfield even needs to do. They're just playing phenomenally. Like I said, we've seen it worse off for certain teams that play against the Longhorns. The Green Canyon Wolves definitely still are in this. They just need to be able to catch their breath. I just have to say that the team that's been just prevailing is the Longhorns. They're passing, their defense. It's just, even if you do everything right, they're doing it just a little bit better, and that is what is making it difficult for the Green Canyon Wolves right now. So hopefully they come out with something at this point.
Time for your Young Toyota and Young Honda halftime break. For 100 years, Young Toyota and Young Honda have been delivering an exceptional customer experience. Think young, drive young. This is Region 11 Sports on Cache Valley Daily. Cache Valley Daily has the latest news about what's going on in your community, and you can find photo galleries and replays of local sports like tonight's match on Cache Valley Daily as well. Stick with us here on 100.9 Light FM. It's going to be an exciting second half if Green Canyon can find the back of the net, but it really seems like Westfield is running away with this one again. We'll be right back from North Logan.
Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
Find the parts and the oil you need to keep your car and equipment running its best at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts. All the best brand names. And when you need professional help, Napa can recommend a dozen Napa Car Care Centers with ASE certified technicians.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
When your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care can. Hear what people are saying online.
They'll always take the time to help you understand what they're doing to your car and go above and beyond to solve your issue.
Cache Valley Auto Care.
I have a deal for you. I'll turn the cable back on when you get my kitchen floor finished.
How do I do that in time to watch my team win?
Use the expert help at Castalite. For all your brick, block, rock, paver, and tile needs, Castalite.com.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Locker 42. This is the store for Aggie fans. All your favorite apparel with an Aggie logo. Stay warm and fashionable in a cocoon blanket or a coat. Pick out a warm Aggie beanie. Choose a hat from Locker 42's wall of hats. This is the store where Aggie fans shop. Locker 42, downtown Logan.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CashValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CashValleyDaily.com.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations, call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Green Canyon High School would like to say thanks to all their Alpha sponsors for supporting Green Canyon sports this year. For a list of sponsors and other athletic information, visit greencanyonhighschoolathletics.org.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
Find the parts and the oil you need to keep your car and equipment running its best at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts. All the best brand names. And when you need professional help, Napa can recommend a dozen Napa Car Care Centers with ASE certified technicians.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
When your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care can. Hear what people are saying online.
They'll always take the time to help you understand what they're doing to your car and go above and beyond to solve your issue.
Cache Valley Auto Care.
I have a deal for you. I'll turn the cable back on when you get my kitchen floor finished.
How do I do that in time to watch my team win?
Use the expert help at Castalite. For all your brick, block, rock, paver, and tile needs, Castalite.com.
When a client walks into the office, I want them to feel like they have a team that is full-time working for them.
We really start from the ground up, setting our goals, understanding your situation, and then building the plan to maximize that quality of life.
Visit Adams Wealth Advisors.
Preston Watts Collision and Glass has been your #1 resource for collision repair and auto glass. We specialize in windshield repairs. Competitive prices, call Preston Watts Collision and Glass at 563-3215. We do it right.
DD Auto and Salvage is going to pay you the most for junk vehicles. Get rid of your junk vehicles today. Pickup is available. DD Auto and Salvage in Logan. Call 787-1204. That's 787-1204 today. See store for details.
Make it 3 years in a row. Advanced Heating and AC is honored to be Best of Northern Utah Gold Medalist. Thank you for your support and vote of confidence in their company. Advanced Heating and AC online at advancedheating-ac.com.
Locker 42. This is the store for Aggie fans. All your favorite apparel with an Aggie logo. Stay warm and fashionable in a cocoon blanket or a coat. Pick out a warm Aggie beanie. Choose a hat from Locker 42's wall of hats. This is the store where Aggie fans shop. Locker 42, downtown Logan.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CashValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CashValleyDaily.com.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations. Call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Green Canyon High School would like to say thanks to all their Alpha sponsors for supporting Green Canyon sports this year. For a list of sponsors and other athletic information, visit greencanyonhighschoolathletics.org.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning Sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
Find the parts and the oil you need to keep your car and equipment running its best at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts. All the best brand names. And when you need professional help, Napa can recommend a dozen Napa Car Care Centers with ASE certified technicians.
Great Basin Graphics has quality screen printing, detailed embroidery, and award-winning graphic designers. The right look, the right design, the perfect fit. Get noticed with GBG. Get your order in today for spring products. Google Great Basin Graphics for screen printing and embroidery. 966 West 400 North in Logan.
When your car isn't working right, you just need someone who can help make your life a little easier. Cache Valley Auto Care can. Hear what people are saying online.
They'll always take the time to help you understand what they're doing to your car and go above and beyond to solve your issue.
Cache Valley Auto Care.
I have a deal for you. I'll turn the cable back on when you get my kitchen floor finished.
How do I do that in time to watch my team win?
Use the expert help at Castelite. For all your brick, block, rock, paver, and tile needs, Castelite.com.
Welcome back to North Logan, Utah. It's getting real windy, real cloudy, and it is definitely going to start raining at some point in the next couple hours. Dr. Jukes, Preston Rice here with you on 100.9 Light FM at CashValleyDaily.com. For some more Region 11 spring sports, it's lacrosse tonight as the Green Canyon Wolves host the Westfield Longhorns, and Green Canyon starts with the ball. They are up a man after a penalty taken with 2 seconds left in the first half. Quick shot from Martin. Great save again. Going down to the ground is Carter Thornock.
He is just insane when it comes to being a goalie. That little crisscross applesauce thing that he does, it's working in his favor.
Now here comes Westfield again. Entry pass for Gage Wright, slipped behind the defense, and a goal.
That's number
7.
3.
Yep, 7-0. It's the second for Gage Wright tonight.
Oh, second, okay.
But it's now 7-0 Westfield just 28 seconds into this game. And Green Canyon's defensive unit talking to each other now as Gage Wright took about 20 seconds to celebrate.
Yeah.
You're already up 7-0, kiddo. Let's take a breath.
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't sure why the ref wasn't telling him to relax. He still has his arms up. I understand you guys are doing very well, but let's keep it a little underway.
28 seconds in, Gage Wright has his second as he bookends halftime with goals. Back to center we go. Tripped up there is Martin as he tries to get back to that ball. No flag coming. It was a pretty clear trip there, Preston.
Yeah, it looked a little different from this angle. I'm not – I sometimes I see something and sometimes I see it a certain way, so I didn't see trip personally.
Rolled back now to the oncoming Horsepool. Up top for Miller. Right side now for Gage Wright. Trying to spin his way back inside. Warded away from the crease, but now the pass goes up top for Kenny Olson. Olson back to his right, and the ball ends up with Gage Wright once again. Miller across for Horspool. Top of the box on the near side, spinning back to his right, swims to the left side, can't get the shot off, and the ball is knocked out by pass, but kept alive in the end zone by Westfield. Minute and a half down here in the third quarter as wrapping back around towards the front.
Yep.
That's going to be a flag, but they'll pick it up immediately as Westfield scores about a second and a half into that delayed penalty, and they've got 2 right out of the gate.
Yeah, no, that was just, again, Westfield being able to pass that ball back and forth and just keeping Green Canyon's heads moving constantly, and then they just lose where it's at. I genuinely think that is what's happening with Green Canyon at this point.
8-0 Longhorns after Tayden Call scores a minute and 37 seconds into the third quarter.
So they are putting him in the box after all. Maybe because it was a slash to the head and it was very blatant.
You're right. Those don't get waved off.
Yeah.
Serving the penalty for Green Canyon, it's the whack to the head that we could hear from up here.
Yeah, that was
on Grady Herzog. Martin fighting his way through the middle. Baxter Martin loses his first faceoff of the night. And now here comes Hayden Hansen to the right for Gage Wright. Now back to the middle. Bounce shot kicked away by Stores, and it's scooped up by the Green Canyon defense. That's Hayden Schramm, defensive midfielder, gets past one. Now flips that up to Baxter Martin. Green Canyon across midfield on the far side. Here's Hayden Reeder. Ushered back towards the 50. Gets it to Tag Checkets. 9 minutes, 45 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. Green Canyon maybe out of this game already, but a goal would go a long way. Not just for the rest of this game, but for the rest of the season. Here's Checkets all the way down Broadway. Gets the shot off and scores. Tag Checkets puts Green Canyon on the board. He ran about 80 yards on his own, and there is a flag down in front of the crease.
I think it's going to be a slash on West Point, personally. Or Westfield. Longhorns, yes. Yep.
Yep, the flag is coming up. 9 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Green Canyon finally on the board. Great run by Tag Checkets and a great finish into the top left corner.
Just a hustle on his end. He turned on the afterburners and just was able to swipe right past the defenders, and that's why you saw a slash, because he was moving so fast. Defender was just recklessly throwing the stick around.
And it is a slash against number 19, Hudson Call, into the penalty area. Baxter Martin and Hayden Hansen will go back to it at the faceoff dot. Faceoff won by Martin, scoops it up at the top of the box, but it flips out of the cradle, and Hansen has it under pressure. Pass towards the middle for Wright. Kelton Wright away from pressure. Yeah, that was just barely Carson Beagley getting back on side as Kelton Wright carried it across. And now Westwood will make their substitutions. Far side crashing in is Gage Wright, and that's the hat trick for Gage Wright.
Yep,
and he's going to get flagged for unsportsmanlike after he puts a finger in Hayden Schramm's face after the goal. Here's the thing. Look, Gage Wright, very talented. We watched him score a hat trick in every Westfield game that we've called. You got to tone it down, bud. You're very talented. You're playing great games. Let the scoreboard do the talking, because all the rest of it's just not necessary.
Exactly. I have a strong feeling that the person that he pointed at, not saying that it's right, him and this individual is probably just chirping back and forth, and high schoolers definitely can't hold in their emotions very well.
Well, and listen, I'll tell you who it was. It was Hayden Schramm.
Yeah.
And Schramm has been going at him, too. I just talked to Dr. Dave Schramm during halftime, his dad, and he said, Hayden's getting into lacrosse for the first time this year, just likes to hit people, and that's part of his personality. He's fiery, but Schramm did bait that out of him, and I do understand that's a great goal and a great hat trick again for Gage Wright for the umpteenth time this season.
Yes.
But you got to know better than to put your team down 2 men when you really just don't need to do that.
100%. I'm not trying to justify it, and if it sounds that way, I apologize.
No, not at all. I think your point is valid. But, for Schramm, as he switches to a long stick now on defense, you're kind of ahead in the mental games now. And if you're Gage Wright, let Schramm do all that talking, but then keep scoring.
Exactly. No, exactly, 100%. Because these Longhorns are very good at this game. They are very disciplined, and you can see it by just the way that they play.
Pass all the way across. Almost hit Chase Rowley in stride, but it's going to be a turnover on Green Canyon. 8 minutes, 32 seconds left in the third quarter. I think that was hilarious, though, what Dr. Schramm was telling me. That, hey, he just wants to play lacrosse because he wants to hit people.
I mean, it's a game of hitting.
Yep, and we saw it in the first quarter, too, with one of your Castellite rock hard hits of the game. It's Schramm just running over a guy trying to get out of the defensive half.
I mean, there's only a handful of sports where you can have possession and be able to put a hurt to somebody else as well. So that's what I love about this sport, lacrosse. Stop asking for the penalty. Just keep playing.
Long pass to the top. Westfield still hasn't established possession, or have they? They just barely do. Now here comes Metz to the far side, looking for a shot. Followed out by Schramm, takes a whack. Up top for Lincoln Miller. Cooper Horspool now trailing into the box. Gets it right back. Cuts to his left, opens up some space for a shot. Great save by Storrs on the ground.
Oof.
Tough pass to midfield. It bounces over the 50, but it's still loose, and it's picked up by Westfield. Launched across. Great stretch interception there from Reeder. Comes into the box. Reeder, shot! Good save there by Thornick. He couldn't secure it, and it's kept alive by Merrill. Merrill will go quickly. Wrapping around towards that far post. Gets knocked down to the ground. Still has the ball. And then it pops out as he got back up. 7 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Ball bounced towards midfield. Green Canyon will get possession with Grady Herzog. Now Herzog flips it up towards the 50, and it's not taken in cleanly. Back the other way, Gage Wright swatting at it on the turf. Body's in the way. Good wrap check there from Wright to get back to the ball. Takes a bump from Herzog. Now pass to the top of the crease. Storrs got pulled out of the crease to play help defense, and it is a goal. I believe that's going to be Grady Call.
I mean, just like I said, the man ball drill by Wright, it wasn't even much of a wrap check. He was just using his stick to hit the ball out of the way and be able to pick it up himself, which is just lacrosse IQ in itself. So that was good on him.
Second of the evening for Grady Call. Makes it 10-1 Westfield. And the bleeding just not anywhere close to stopping for Green Canyon. Now through some pressure is Baxter Martin. Might be able to get a shot off here if he goes quickly. Instead, he's going to circle back out of the box as Green Canyon wants to make a couple subs. Drops this off for Checketts. And Martin will come off the field for Chase Rowley. Checketts into the box now from the near side. Spins back to his left. Gets the shot off. It's knocked down by Thornock.
Oof.
But the rebound goes to Max Brunson. Back up top for Rowley. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter, halfway through this third. Rowley backed all the way out of the box. Now goes back to the near side. Good pass for Brunson. Brunson wrapping around, going to the far side for Merrill. Taken in. Merrill trying to cut to the far post. Under a double team, spins away from it, but the ball hops out of the pocket. Paps diving at it again on the turf, and that is going to get whistled.
I love the way he plays. It's so fun to watch. Just the uniqueness of his abilities is so much fun.
They called that a loose ball push on Westfield. So Paps gets possession back for Green Canyon.
Nice catch.
Yeah, great snag from Checketts. Wraps around to the right side looking for a shot. Stutter step, spins back to his left. Really good on defense there from the short stick of Trey Bridge.
Yeah, no, he's been great. Even with him, even him backpedaling the way he does, he still stays in front of him like he's supposed to. It's great.
Checketts now moving to his left, trying to spin back to the right. Gets the shot off, but couldn't follow through with the stick. Brunson will keep it for Green Canyon. 5:07 to play in the third quarter.
The one thing about the Longhorns is as soon as that ball is on the ground, I want you to see how quick they are to jump on it. So whenever the ball hits the ground, if it does, just watch.
Rowley trying to get away from the pressure. Down the near side, hash marks, gets the shot off, but it just moves wide, and it's taken into the stick of Thornock. Pass to Hansen on the run. Hansen up across the 50. Finds Gage Wright. Pass right onto the doorstep. Oof. Behind the back shot, and Tayden Call pays the price for that one. He got ran over by Grady Herzog. Now here comes Green Canyon across midfield. That Hail Mary is way too long.
Yeah, no, sometimes, yeah. I mean, good on Green Canyon not letting that backhand shot like that. That would really upset me a little bit if I was a defender, so I would have done the same thing, made him pay for that.
Now back across midfield, here comes Westfield. Entering the box and heading off the field, Hayden Hansen. Drops it off for Grady Call. Excuse me, no, that's Kenny Olson. Now up top for Horspool. Horspool drops it off for the oncoming Lincoln Miller. Now right through the middle, unguarded until the 20, and then a big hit from Pabst. Far side again. Swinging it around the top of the box. Here's Horspool. Shuffling to his left. Now cutting back to the right. Swims to the left. No shot. Pass to the left instead. Back to Horspool. Pops off his stick. Green Canyon fighting for a loose ball. Still on the ground. Scooped up. Olson drops it down to the goal line. Now the trail man, Grady Call, gets in there, takes the pass in.
Just the passing is just insane to me, Stockton.
Really good, and Kenny Olson's shot is saved in the pocket for Stores. His pass is intercepted immediately by Lincoln Miller. Heavy swings coming in from Green Canyon's number 54. That's Sawyer Rainey. Now another pass to the doorstep, and that's a disgusting goal for Kenny Olson.
Yeah, no, that. Yeah, but
that's a hat trick for Kenny.
I don't think that was excessive personally. I think he was just getting a little excited. Granted, they are up by 10, so maybe the ref isn't not liking that very much.
Yeah, and I think the issue has been the refs told them on their last several goals, hey, the celebrations are excessive. You've seen the official talking to them while they've been celebrating right in front of Stores, and that one, just another example of, the official, after warning them so many times, has got to throw the flag.
No, I get that. That's definitely something that they needed.
And it's going to be Gage Wright taking the unsportsmanlike there. It wasn't even the goal scorer. I think that's just for the chirping that he's doing with Hayden Schramm.
Yeah.
It is unsportsmanlike on Gage Wright.
Oh. Oh, he's
disqualified because that's his second unsportsmanlike. Yeah, and Gage Wright, man, again, very talented, but you got to watch your mouth, buddy, or else you're out for the rest of this game, and that's what just happened.
Yeah, no, that's, he's got to understand that too. He's got to stay in the box. He's got to serve his time, but then he's, it's one of those things where you might have been able to do what you were able to do, but you guys are up by 10. Let's relax a little bit.
Martin. Down the middle now goes to the near side. Quick shot from Brunson.
Wow.
And a great effort from Thornock to win that for Westfield. Actually, I think it might have been the long stick number 40, Tyson Clark, that won that race. Now here come the Longhorns across midfield, and a very rare errant pass from the Longhorns. A flag goes flying behind the play.
I'm confused.
Let's see who this is going against.
I don't even know.
There's a couple Green Canyon Wolves come off for substitutions. I'm not even sure who this is against.
Neither do I.
Team-wise.
Yeah.
Both officials talking now at midfield. 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It's 11-1 Westfield. Baxter Martin with an illegal body check. 2-minute penalty, his second of the game.
Yeah, this is when frustrations get involved a little bit, making a little bit of a head, like dumb moves here and there. Not saying dumb, but that's the only word I can think of at the time, but just not smart at this point.
Richard Sparrow brings this in for Westfield. Goes across for Miller. Back up top. Johnny Metz looking for space, spins back to his right. Window opens up, and he scores top right corner. 12-1 Westfield. And it's just been that kind of night for Green Canyon.
Yeah, no. I mean, we've said it before. When Westfield smells blood in the water, they're just going to keep going and attacking. So, you know.
Johnny Metz is on the score sheet for the first time tonight. 9 minutes, 35 seconds into this quarter. If you're Green Canyon, Preston, obviously, even more so than a couple minutes ago, this one's probably over.
Yeah.
In terms of, a win or a loss. But what do you do just for morale?
Score.
Man, you make that sound so easy.
I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Maybe get a good, clean, open hit as well. I mean, being able to just possession the ball a little bit too. It's just one of those things where Green Canyon is definitely, in a sense, falling apart. And the one thing that you can't do with these Longhorns is do that. Because
Josh Young, long stick for Green Canyon. Thought about a shot. He's going to drop it off instead. Quick shot from the far side. Awkward angle from Merrill. Brunson follows it out with 1:50 to go in the third quarter.
Well, I mean, at this point, the Longhorns aren't giving you any option but taking awkward shots. So
pass misses the cradle of Merrill. It's swatted away. It'll be Green Canyon ball on the far side. Now just 100 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Still 12-1 Westfield. Through the middle, looking for space is Ben Wallace. He's ushered away from goal for now. Green Canyon will cycle back. A wide pass, though, from Pabst is going to be run down by Liam Todd just barely at the boundary line, but he can't get back to it before it's taken away by Westfield. Longhorns in transition. 4-on-4. They go near side. Dropped off by Sparrow to the near post, and that's a clean stick save from Stores. Bouncing ball across the 50. Reeder wanted it, couldn't get to it off the turf. Now the rain starts to fall in North Logan. Wallace bodied, and that is going to be flags flying against Westfield. Scooped up and whistles with 45.9 remaining in the third quarter. Well, it's going to be a real different fourth quarter.
Yeah, definitely. Lacrosse in rain, it's one of my favorite things. I've only had that a few times here and there in Southern California, but it's a very different game when this game is with rain.
Well, it's got to be a little more manageable on real grass, though, because on turf it's going to be a nightmare out there.
Oh, yeah.
Traction-wise.
100%.
And it's short turf for Green Canyon, too. It's a very small surface.
Mm-hmm.
Wrapping around. Reeder passes across for Brunson. Brunson from the near side. Thought about the shot. Passes through the middle. It's intercepted. 30 seconds left in the quarter. That's one of those instances I'm talking about. Brunson should have taken a shot there, in my opinion. Just made an extra pass that doesn't need to be made.
Sometimes you just think that you need to pass the ball sometimes, Stockton. I know that sounds kind of bland, but it's true. I mean, if you don't think you have the shot, then give it to somebody you think does.
Subs being made here with 10 seconds left in the quarter. That ball pops out of a Westfield stick. Martin has it, and he'll launch it to the 50.
Nice pass and nice catch.
Nice pass for Sawyer Rainey as he runs onto the field. A second left in the quarter. That ball bounces free. We've got 12 minutes left to play here in North Logan as the rain is really coming down out there. We'll see how that changes the complexion of it, but Westfield fired up after a huge, huge output in this third quarter. 6 goals. And Green Canyon does get on the board, but it's 12-1. As we head to the final quarter of action, Preston, again, I'm going to ask you that same question. Green Canyon's got to find some sort of momentum, and if they can't do it by a goal scoring, which has been hard to come by tonight, what's the other option? Just pure physicality?
Pure physicality with some discipline behind it. I mean, the old term, if you can't beat them, but at the same time, let's do it a little clean at the same moments, because they're not, like I said, the Longhorns are definitely just giving them a hard ability to shoot on the goal. So there's going to be awkward shots here and there. And Green Canyon, I'm not sure what they can do to get back into this game at this point. I'm kind of at a loss because the Longhorns, I've seen them play 3 times now, and this is probably the best time I've ever seen them play. Defense, offense, all around, just great.
Just about ready for the fourth quarter of action here from North Logan. This is Region 11 Lacrosse, brought to you by Cache Valley Daily. The latest news about what's going on in your community is found on Cache Valley Daily, including photos and replays of local sports like tonight's matchup. Another big thank you to Cache Valley Auto Care. If you have car problems, you can trust Cache Valley Auto Care for expert service, backed by excellent online reviews and customer satisfaction. Find coupons on their website. And, of course, a big thank you to Adams Wealth Advisors, the video sponsor of our production. You can expect specific guidance from advisors who adhere to principles of honesty, professionalism, and integrity. Visit adamswealthadvisors.com. Time for your final quarter of action. Now from North Logan, as Green Canyon will be shooting right to left, south to north across your radio dial. Westfield left to right, and again, an 11-goal lead for the Longhorns, which doesn't seem to be in any sort of jeopardy for these final 12 minutes.
Not at all.
Kenny Olson and Gage Wright both have hat tricks, but Gage Wright has been ejected from this game for 2 unsportsmanlike penalties as he kept going back and forth with Hayden Schramm.
Yeah, I mean, good on him for getting the hat tricks. It's just very difficult to even say what he did was great. I mean, he's out of the game for a reasoning. It's for chirping, and that's just one of those things where you just cannot do. But at the same time, age comes into that, and hopefully he learns down the road to just keep it to himself a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good point. They are kids. It kind of takes me back to what we say in hockey, though, all the time for Utah State. There's a line between chirping and being, disrespectful.
Nice.
There's a nice coast-to-coast goal on the run. Chase Rowley makes it 12-2 and gives Green Canyon a little bit of a morale injection.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I know I said it, but, score. Give yourself a little bit of a pep in your step. At this point, all Green Canyon can do is just shut them down. Get a really good game or get a really good quarter under your belt and just know that you shut them in the last quarter. And that's what I think Green Canyon, if we're going to go back to that question, what they should do at this point.
It'll be a tall order for sure, but it's 12-2 after Chase Rowley puts his name on the score sheet 33 seconds into the fourth quarter, and then a face-off violation against Baxter Martin. Great running as Westfield's through the triple team, trying to get around that fourth and final defender, but the ball bounces away. It's Porter Lawrence behind net, now passes it out for Sparrow, back up top for Horspool, across for Miller. Miller patient from the top of the box. He's going to wait for a couple substitutions as Lawrence checks out for Johnny Metz. Now Miller looking for Metz. Into the box on the near side, now running down the near hash mark. Schramm giving him a couple whacks. Dropped behind net. Up top again, Horspool. From right in the middle, cuts back to his right, trying to wrap around and find the shot. Great stick check by Baxter Martin right on the shot to knock that thing wide, and it's followed out by Westfield. Back in from Sparrow. Now up that far side for Miller. Miller given a lot of space up top. Thought about crashing in, goes to his left instead.
Nice.
Distant shot. Missed, I think, wide off the post.
Wow, they're giving it to West. I don't think that was that good call right there.
Yeah, ricocheted off the far post and out the side boundary. Right back to Horspool now with just a little over 10 minutes remaining in this game. Horspool rips one. Great bounce save by Jensen Stores. Drops this off for Baxter Martin, and then Schramm.
Yeah.
Schramm gets called for the moving screen there. That was full extension.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. That's definitely you're the one with possession. You cannot do that.
And that's just pure frustration from Hayden too.
Yeah.
It's been kind of a tough game for him. He's been dishing out plenty of smack talk, and if you look at the scoreboard, it hasn't gone too well for him.
Definitely.
Love that kid, great family, but it's been a bad night for him.
Hasn't been a great night for Green Canyon in total.
Tram wrapping around with a couple good hits as Westfield tries to crash the near post, and then Tram just dives on top of him as the ball was loose. Flags go flying. It looks like he was getting into it with Grady Call, who tried to follow him off the turf, and I think one or both of them are going to the penalty area.
Yeah, I mean, you know this might be happening as well. I mean, you have a whole quarter to play. You're down by 10. Frustrations are going to fly. I mean, for the Longhorns.
So it wasn't Tayden Call, excuse me. It was Johnny Metz who goes to the box.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying.
What I was saying is when you see one of your players getting hit like that from an opponent like that, you're going to stick up for them. And it's not good, but at the same time, it's understandable. Both teams at this point are in the runs for chirping back and forth, and I'm not saying it's right, but both teams need to relax a little bit.
It's the attitude we've seen from Westfield, though, and unfortunately it's kind of the culture that we've identified with Westfield. I remember that game at Logan a couple weeks ago where the coaching staff was chirping at an opponent, and that's just kind of the attitude that you seem to get from the team from Taylor.
Yeah, and and it's not, of course, it's not I'm not trying to justify anything, but at the same time, when you're as good as you guys are, as they are, you're going to go two ways. You're going to be very cocky and emotional, or you're going to be very disciplined. And this team is back and forth with that. You see it, and it's just high school kids playing at that point. So again, there's no justification, but at the same time, you got to give them a little bit of a leeway, but not too much.
Yeah, no, the kids is one thing. I think my point there was, when
nice.
Oh, what a goal for Baxter Martin, getting it up and over on the right-hand side. And suddenly it's 12-3. Green Canyon's got 2 to open up this fourth quarter.
Definitely.
Anyway, I think my point was, going back to that comment about Westfield, is, yeah, it's one thing if the kids are doing it, but if you're being enabled by your coaching staff making fun of an opposing kid,
yes,
that's a different thing.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because it's true. Your kids are going to act the way that you act, and if the coach is going to be a little bit of a chirper himself, the kids are going to think it's okay, when in reality, that's not. So
Green Canyon, 2 minutes, 57 seconds into this one, has their second goal of the quarter. Looks like Westfield's coaching staff having some questions for the assistant official here on the near side as we get back underway. That ball pops free. Ben Wallace has it, pops out under some heavy pressure, and whistles. Timeout called by Westfield. 8 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in the game. 2 quick goals for Green Canyon to start the fourth quarter, but they still trail by 9. And definitely, helping the morale here and helping calm things down. Now, going back to the chirping conversation, though, Green Canyon definitely not innocent in this whole conversation. They've been baiting and also contributing to some of these fights here tonight. What's kind of the solution here? I know we talk about this being part of the game, these kids wanting to chirp. It's just the emotions that come out during a very physical by nature game. As a coach, how do you combat that?
It's really difficult, especially when your emotions are running as high as it is, when you're losing as bad as you are. It's difficult as a coach to try to tell them to settle down, especially if the other team is just non-stop. But it just, there comes a point where Green Canyon might Green Canyon might snap a little bit here and there, especially with all the emotions building up. You're a teenager. It's hard to deal with that. All I can say is, as a coach, at one point when you see something like this, you just have to address it, because once you address it, at least it's out there. And maybe your players are going to have that little voice in their head when the other team is saying something, and you go, okay, I'll be the bigger man. We are losing. We'll just get it at this point at another time. So that's all I can say. That's all I have a feeling is Green Canyon doing at this point.
Tell you what, that's not what he would have said if he was still a player.
No, if I was a player, I'd be out there. And I was never shy of saying anything, but, I do as I say, not as I do, Stockton. Do as I say, not as I do.
That's usually what I try and do. 8 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in this one. Region 11 Lacrosse brought to you by Cache Valley Daily. The latest news about what's going on in your community is found on Cache Valley Daily, including photo galleries and replays of local sports like tonight's game. Another big thank you to the Green Canyon Booster Club. The Boosters support sports throughout the year, and they would like to say thank you to all the local businesses and individuals who support Green Canyon and its students. Back in play now, Westfield brings this thing in. They go across for Tayden Call, who backs out of the box after establishing possession. Now up top for Miller. Chased by Schramm all the way up above the 40. Now entry man unguarded. Pass to the middle for Kenny Olson. No one playing defense on him, and he got Stores guessing. Crease violation called, though.
Wow.
That goal's not going to count for Olson. He will not have his fourth as he got a toe inside the circle.
Yeah, at that point you sometimes don't realize how close you are to that crease, and it definitely could do what you just saw.
When you're moving quickly, too, going through the box, going in towards the crease, it can kind of blend in with the rest of the cone, no?
Yes, definitely, especially when you're running. You see the open net, you're going for it.
Oh, Pabst gets tripped up on a hack from behind, but keeps the ball, peels himself off the turf, gets the shot off, and that is saved by Thornock, but Pabst pays the price on a big hit after he got the shot released.
He just, you said it's not his first year playing lacrosse, but he's mainly a football player. So
it might be, because I know that after talking to Dr. Schramm, it's Hayden's first year, so they might have just come on here to hit people together.
At the same time, the way he's playing is just really fun. He has his own little quirks to this game that is very unorthodox, but it works. So, why not? So, this might be another sport for him to actually really pursue at some point,
Under 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, 7:57 to be precise. Yeah, Pabst and Hayden Schramm, both just juniors, so they'll be back playing football and lacrosse next year for Green Canyon. Yeah. Nice shot from Baxter Martin, just pulled a little bit wide, and no one in the end zone for Green Canyon, so Thornick gets it back. Merrill got him on his backside as that pops out. He's a field player outside the crease, and Merrill's fighting for that ball. It pops away from everyone, and now Thornick is going to get in trouble for interference. Two flags fly as Thornick and number 7 for Green Canyon, Max Brunson, went at it, and then Thornick gives him a whack for no reason after that. Thornick is ejected from this game.
Yeah.
He's done. That's just foolish from the junior goalkeeper.
Yeah.
It's again, going back to that culture discussion for Westfield, second ejection we've had today, it's just unfortunate, and it's unnecessary. You're up by 9.
Yeah, no, that was a little bit of ridiculousness. But, at the same time, we're up here. We can't see what they're saying to one another. I know what he was frustrated about, but at the same time, you cannot do that. That's insane.
So, number 1, Ethan Merrill also disqualified from the game for unsportsmanlike conduct. Thornock disqualified for unsportsmanlike. And we're going to have the backup goalie come in for the Longhorns. That's freshman Grayson Olson,
which did a fantastic job the last time we watched him playing against Logan High as well. So not a bad goalie to have as a backup as well. So let's see what he could do.
Well, now the starting goalie and the best attacker for the Longhorns are both out of the game for the remainder of it. Your eyes lighten up green if you're Green Canyon?
Yeah, just a little bit. You got a goalie that's not warmed up. He's in there right now, right off the bench. So, yeah, I'm sure Green Canyon is definitely looking into having some goals on the board.
Timeout's called now as these teams just try and cool off with 7.5 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll take the break here on 100.9 Light FM and CashValleyDaily.com. Emotional fourth quarter of lacrosse here in North Logan. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Warm Aggie beanie, choose from Locker 42's wall of hats. This is the store where Aggie fans shop. Locker 42, downtown Logan.
From what's happening in local political elections, to breaking news, to photo galleries and replays of the latest games. If it's happening in our community, it's on CashValleyDaily.com and the Cache Valley Daily app. Local, relevant news on CashValleyDaily.com.
They really can put your logo on just about anything. That's what they do at the Logo Shop. Businesses, teams, booster clubs, school organizations, call the Logo Shop and have them show you the possibilities. The Logo Shop, committed to schools, teams, and youth groups.
Green Canyon High School would like to say thanks to all their Alpha sponsors for supporting Green Canyon sports this year. For a list of sponsors and other athletic information, visit greencanyonhighschoolathletics.org.
Searching for copiers and printers? Les Olson IT has what you need. Find reliable HP printers, award-winning sharp copiers, and high-end Ricoh graphic systems.
Les Olson IT.
Things starting to cool down just a little bit here in North Logan, Utah. It's 12-3, Westfield leading here in the fourth quarter, and we've got a goalie substitution now as the Longhorns have suffered their second ejection of the evening. Carter Thornock getting into it with Ethan Merrill just before that break. They both ejected for unsportsmanlike conduct. Merrill said something to Thornock on the way past, and Thornock just whacked him.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just unexcusable for a team that's up as high as they are for two players to be ejected. I mean, that's just got to say something a little bit on the Longhorns and the discipline that they need to have towards their team. Granted, you guys are a great team. You guys are physical. You guys can pass. You can do all around lacrosse. But the one thing that needs to come around with that is discipline. You can't go whacking people. I mean, chirping, I will say, is part of the game regardless. But it's high school.
It's a soapbox I like to get on at least once per season, Preston, and especially at the high school level. Listen, there are very talented players on both sides of the field right now, but we've got some really poor discipline on both sides of the field right now in terms of just interpersonal respect.
Yes.
And that's where I think you really have to hone in at the high school level, because 98.9% of these kids are not going to be playing a D1 sport at the next level.
True.
You're forming good people of character under tense situations. That's what high school sports are for, mostly. And, you know, if that's not one of your priorities as a high school coach, I personally don't think you have any business being a high school coach. And I'm not saying that's not the priority here for anyone down here, because I firmly believe that is what the priority is for a lot of these coaches, especially at Green Canyon, where I've been a part of this community for the last couple of years and know these coaches personally. I know that that's a priority for them. You know, in moments like this, in nights like this, I think as a coach, you really have to get on your players, even though they are emotional and wired and frustrated and losing big. You still got to get on them about, hey, listen, you got nothing if you don't have respect.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I've seen teams that were not very well at all in the game of lacrosse, but their players were just good around people. So, I mean, that just tells you right there as well. I mean, you could be a great team, but if your attitude's bad, you're going to meet a team that's just as good as you, well more disciplined, and is going to make you on the other end or have the score the other way around possibly. So Longhorns haven't really seen much of a challenge, but maybe one of these days they will, and it'll not be happy for them at that point. So we'll see.
Back in action now as Green Canyon fires off the jump and scores with Baxter Martin from 15 yards out, picks the top right corner.
That's a definitely in-your-face moment right there. That's a we're not going away type of shot right there, because that was a top-corn insane goal.
So Green Canyon suddenly has 3 quick goals before the halfway point of this fourth quarter. And like we said, Westfield not having their best attacker or their starting goalie on the field for the rest of this game. The door's been cracked open.
A little bit, yes. But, I mean, at the same time, Green Canyon saw it for what it was. They just put in a freshman goalie into a varsity team game. Why not shoot as right off the bat type of thing? Get him getting a little bit in his own head.
And Baxter's got his second of the night after scoring the third goal for Green Canyon as well. Now 7 minutes, 10 seconds left. Miller reestablishes possession for Westfield just in the nick of time. Back to the far side now. Westfield holding on to this is Grady Call. Now he'll move down that far side of the box.
Yeah, you're going to see Green Canyon pressing really hard on the ball right now. So
with no shot clock, you kind of have to.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, that's the reasoning why I think shot clocks are so important in the game of lacrosse. They have it in high school, or they have it in college and above. I think they should start implementing it a little bit in high school.
That was a great pass from Grady Call behind the net to his younger brother, Tayden Call, making the run through the crease, but then a big hit as he was getting the shot off forces it wide. And Green Canyon keeps the deficit at 8 for now. 6 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in the game. That's Jamison Stores following him all the way up.
Yeah, the coaches are yelling at Green Canyon, press, press, press.
You got to force something. 6
Yeah.
minutes, 20 seconds left, and Westfield can just run this thing around for that entire time if they want to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, with the way that they pass, they could do it the whole entire game.
Now to the left side, Miller was trying to get the shot off. That's a great stick check. Really good heads-up play from Matthew Reagan, the freshman.
Good possession.
Rain starting to fall again here in Logan. Just across the 50, Bryson Papp scoops it up. He's got pressure behind with 5:55 to go. Big swinging stick check misses. Now sidearm shot from Paps, and he scores. Bryson on the sheet, 5:51 to play.
That right there, as the head goal or as the first string goalie, that should sting on you a little bit right there.
Yeah, that's one that I have no doubt Thornock is getting to, not the freshman.
Yeah, no, definitely. We've seen the freshman play before, and he played against a lesser of opponent, but Green Canyon is not the team to have you in there if that's the case.
Face-off won by the Longhorns. They'll go right at the crease. Great stick check from behind by Martin. Frees that thing up and avoids the trip because he got to the ball, but then a Hail Mary. That's just too easy of a turnover to give away in this situation.
Well, I mean, if you're seeing some sort of results, you got to be a little bit more disciplined on the passing, man.
Man, really fat raindrops now falling out there.
I know, you can hear it.
On again, off again rain, and it's now really heavy.
Go behind you.
Kenny Olson trying to find his way inside the hash marks. Gets there now after a stop and go. Great save by Stores.
Take it.
And a rebound save by the Wolves as they break out of pressure.
So you got 2 men on you. That means a man's open.
3 men, 4 men. Still trying to get past the 50. That ball pops out just behind midfield. But then it's freed again and a kick from behind midfield. I think Green Canyon was offside. They did have 5 on the wrong side of the 50. Unfortunate break there for Green Canyon. Did so good to get back to that second ball, and they just lost track of the 50.
You hear the little huff right there. That's just me going, come on, Green Canyon. You got something going. Let's keep it going if you can.
Boy, is it raining out there. I hope my sunroof's closed.
Well, I already told you my windows are down. So I'm kind of hoping something, I might come back to a little fishbowl in there.
Under 5 to play here in North Logan. 4 minutes, 51 seconds remaining on the fourth quarter clock, and Westfield has this just in front of the 50. 30-second penalty against Green Canyon for offside. They've actually got 2 in the penalty area right now. I think that's just a substitute waiting.
Yeah.
Pap's getting ready to come back on as this one goes to the left side for Westfield. Quick shot, missed wide, and Stores follows it out. Green Canyon gets it back. 4:31 to play. They trail by 7. It's going to be a really tough road back, but like you said, Preston, one of the things they can do for morale, shut out Westfield in the fourth quarter. They've done that so far.
Yeah.
7.5 minutes down. Pabst gets through 4 different Longhorns.
Use that speed.
There goes Pabst into the area, gets the shot off, bounces that under the crossbar, but it comes out. It was in, and that's another goal for Bryson Pabst as he gets laid out after scoring, but it did hit the netting just under the crossbar, and it's 12-6.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Hold your horses for just a minute, folks. The lead's gone from 12 to 6 in about 7 minutes and 45 seconds for Westfield.
Yeah, and then Green Canyon, they're going to be able to, they just need to stay a little bit patient at this point. So let's go. Come on, boys.
Martin fighting for that one off the draw, and he gets to it.
Beautiful.
Again, just a great night at the dot for Green Canyon, where every other team we've seen take on Hayden Hansen has suffered at midfield. Crashing through the zone, Martin has that hit out of his stick, and then a stick goes flying, and there's the flag.
Yep.
Westfield losing it late in this one, and they might escape with the win still. They had a huge lead coming into the fourth quarter, but they are really hurting themselves late in this game.
Yep, definitely. You can't, oof.
think we might have had a broken goalie stick there.
Maybe, but all I know is that was you can't hit the stick out of an opponent's hand if he doesn't have the ball.
I went flying a good 20 yards, too.
Green Canyon can't just sit around and lollipop pass. They have to be able to move it in there. So, come on, guys. There's no time.
And now
Warding. Dang, man.
Yep, Warding there against Green Canyon as they get Ben Wallace for grabbing the opponent's stick.
Even if it's accidental, it is a penalty no matter how you look at it.
Yep, no glove to the shaft of the opponent's stick. 3.5 left. Westfield establishes possession. If they can hold on to this thing for just a couple more seconds, I think that's going to do it for Green Canyon's comeback hopes.
Yeah.
Back up top for Lincoln Miller. Green Canyon again moving that pressure up higher and higher.
They got to be on their man. They have to do it.
Over to Horspool, bounces off of him, and Hayden Schramm has it.
Look for your open man.
Opportunistic turnover for Green Canyon. Schramm draws a triple team and finds Ben Wallace free on the other side of midfield. He is shoved back towards the 50, though, and Westfield has the ball again. Kenny Olson around the right side, under 3 to play, 2 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Olson crashes back down to that right side, pass across the crease,
nice.
Bouncing shot, knocked down and saved by Storrs. He's had a great fourth quarter.
Yes, definitely has.
Hail Mary does not connect with Brunson.
That's just excitement, Stockton.
Bouncing pass back across the 50 for Miller. Further into the zone for Westfield. They establish possession, and they'll sit back now. 2:23, 2:22 remaining in the fourth quarter. And I think Green Canyon has lost any comeback opportunity. Not for a lack of effort, though. What a fourth quarter for the Wolves.
A little bit. They just need to keep putting the pressure on them.
Horspool gets rid of that one short to Johnny Metz. Metz now wrapping around to the right side. Storrs made the save there. He bumped into the post, and I thought that was the ball hitting the net, but he made a great pocket save. Now here's Paps on the outlet pass. Gets a screen, but it's a moving screen from Schramm.
Can't do that, man.
He was using the arm. He was trying to extend his arms to show that he wasn't using the arms, but by extending the arms, he was using the arm.
Yeah, no, that's just every time Green Canyon gets possession, something happens.
Triple team at the 50. That's a big hit from Bryson Paps, and he's going to get flagged for it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Whistles as that ball comes free. We'll see. Oh, it's an offside.
Okay.
He came across the 50 to make the hit. That's a valid call.
Yeah,
I was going to say the hit was clean.
Yeah.
But you can't cross the 50 to make it.
No.
It was Tag Checkitz, the attacker, because Bryson's a midfielder. He can go across the 50. But Checkitz, who was trying to join that triple team, just got a toe over the 50.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those things where Green Canyon's getting a little excited. Mistakes are going to happen. They were right there on the edge, and they saw some sort of opportunity, and it's clearly not going their way at this point.
Minute 45 remaining. Westfield now top of the box. Horspool to his left for Miller, further left. Dropped off by Call, gets it back. Grady Call back to the top of the box. Minute 20 left here in North Logan. Around the near side of the box now, Lincoln Miller. Top side, Grady Call to his left. Further down low, that pass missed, and it'll be a turnover for Green Canyon. Just over a minute to play. Pass to Paps on the near side. Now he gets past his first mark.
Nice.
Cuts back through two, gets through three, gets past four, and drops this one off for Chase Rowley. Now Pabst will come off the field. Rowley looking for options.
You got to do something with it if you want to get this goal, guys.
45 seconds remaining in the game. Green Canyon down the far side. Wrapping around the net. No passing options emerging just yet. Now they get it to Checkitz. Checkitz trying to squeeze through a double. Bounces back out. Jump shot bounces way over the crossbar to be followed out by Green Canyon. Hayden Reeder gets possession. 27 flat remaining in this game. Reeder back in. Up the near side. Hits the brakes around the 30, now across the top. Rowley trying to cut to the middle. Picks up a double team, now goes to his right for Brunson. Brunson rips one, just missing the post. 10.6 to play. And as we wrap this one up, Green Canyon's comeback is going to come a bit short, but again, really good fourth quarter, not for a lack of effort. And the Wolves can take a lot of morale and momentum into the rest of the season from this fourth quarter as we wrap this thing up.
I only sigh because it was a very fun game to watch towards the end, but at the same time, the Longhorns did prevail a little bit more than Green Canyon. Not a lack of effort on Green Canyon's side at that point.
But you definitely wish they could have picked that effort up coming out of halftime, and maybe this thing's a lot different.
Yes, definitely. No, 100%. Oof.
Oh, big lightning strike very close to the field, and
they would have called the game at that point.
Very good. We just got to the final zeros. We'll get our post-game wrapped up pretty quickly here because we got to get the gear off the roof. But, Preston, give me your final thoughts.
I mean, in reality, I think it's a disappointment that the Longhorns had such a great game for them to have too many ejected. That's not a good thing.
Hey, shout out to the refs, too, who just made all the kids put their gloves, helmets, and sticks down after the lightning strike so they can come and do the handshakes, but they want those kids to stay safe out there.
Exactly. But, I mean, at the end of the day, Green Canyon did a great job towards the end. I just have to say one thing about the Longhorns' goalie at that point. What it shows at that point is you need to stay in the game for your team. Don't let the emotions get to you at that point. So, yeah.
This one ends 12-6 in favor of Westfield. Green Canyon puts 5 on the board and shuts Westfield out in that fourth quarter. But the comeback attempt was just a little too late. This is going to do it for us here at North Logan at Green Canyon High School. We'll be back for some more Region 11 sports tomorrow at Logan. Green Canyon travels down to Logan High for some soccer. I'll be there with you on KVNU and right here on 100.9 Light FM. Until then, for Preston Rice, I'm Stockton Jukes. Thanking you so much for tuning in to more Region 11 spring sports coverage on Cache Valley Daily. We will see you tomorrow night.
And stay with me, and don't you ever leave. Lay down, Sally, and rest here in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally, no need to leave so soon.
This has been a presentation of Region 11 Spring Sports on 107.7 FM and CacheValleyDaily.com. This broadcast of Region 11 Sports has been brought to you by Cache Valley Daily and the Cache Valley Media Group, covering the Skyview Bobcats, Green Canyon Wolves, Logan Grizzlies, Bear River Bears, Ridgeline Riverhawks, and Mountain Crest Mustangs. Watch replays of previous games on CacheValleyDaily.com.